Happy rails to you. Welcome back, my friends. Happy rails to you. It's good to see you again. Thanks for watching my channel and the videos. Sometimes they go real fast and sometimes they're slow. Happy rails to you. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, welcome back. This is G-Man. As I said in a previous post, I think it was last week, or maybe it was the week before, I didn't actually get a chance to post anything after I made the video to let you guys know what was going on. I had planned to do a video and I didn't know exactly what it was going to be. But in the meantime, I got in. It just came in yesterday. And I've already unboxed it. But it's a Skyline station. Skyline station. I'm going to show it to you. Tin litho. Let's get it down here where you can look at it. Okay, here we go. As I said, this is a Skyline station. I can get a little closer look at it. It's got all the decals. It does have some little paint loss and a few dings and dents here and there. And it is yet dirty. I did wipe it off, but I haven't cleaned it per se. This section was all bent up. I straightened it out a little bit as best I could without putting more dings in it. And it was disconnected, and I reconnected it. And the base is almost perfect. Little scratches here and there. The building itself is very good. No scratches or paint loss to speak of. Just the roof, as I said, was a little dented, and it still has a few dents in it. I tried to take as many of them out as I could. It's just, and they made theirs out of a little lighter tin than, say, the American Plier stations, or maybe even the Mark stations. But they are still nice. They look good. I wish I had a better way to display it so you could see it better. For some reason, my phone is not letting me do my light, so I can't even put a light on it. I can try this though. How about that? Think that'll work. This is the back side of the station. And as I said, as the station shell itself is almost perfect. This is the Middletown station. It's missing this piece of section of roofing on this side. It goes from here to here, and like the other one on the other side. And so I'm gonna get a piece of paper or cardboard and make me a template, and then I'm going to cut it out of some scrap metal that I have. Scrap siding, you guys probably seen me use that before. I've got another section of it now. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. This is the front view again. Western Union. Waiting room. Tickets. Waiting room. Here's your train board, which is just not really visible. Not clear. Baggage room. The door looks like it actually works, but it doesn't. That's actually a painted or lithographed image. All in all, I think it's in really nice shape. This is the bottom of it. Now, I don't know whether this station had, and I'm going to research it, look it up. I haven't seen one that had a recording in it. There's no evidence of that, but there is a light hole through the bottom here, and a hole up through here that would allow you to have something set up on the inside of it. And I think it was probably more than just a light. Maybe not. But I'm going to find out. In any case, it was a good buy for me, and I'm glad to have it. In case you guys haven't noticed, I like stations, and I never really got into purchasing a bunch of stations because I always pretty much stuck with the American Flyer, Union Station, or the Kutsk station, pretty much with the American Flyer stations. The Girard, Marks. Those are the two brands of stations that I pretty much stayed to. But recently, in recent years, I've gotten hold of the Lino station and some other stations, and you've probably seen them. I just had a Hogue station this year. Not a Hogue station, I'm sorry. Hornby station this year, I think it was, or maybe last year. And so I'm not, I don't know, I might start collecting stations as I let a few more of my trains go. Who knows what a collector does. But I've always liked stations, but I've never really gotten into having a bunch of stations until now. And I don't have a bunch, but I do have several stations. Not to ramble on, But I've always wanted one of these Skyline stations. I've always admired the Skyline buildings and stations, and they've always been hard to find in decent condition. And when you do, usually they think they're worth a lot of money and they want a lot of money for them. And as I said, the individual that had this made me a good deal on it per condition. And I couldn't turn it down. I had to go ahead and skivvy up and get it. So, and I'm glad I did. I'm going to repair this, and we'll see what goes from there. All right. I'm going to get to repairing this. As I said, I'm going to use a piece of metal. And here, as you can see, I have my good old tin siding, steel siding, or aluminum siding, whichever one this is. And I'm going to be cutting that down and cut a piece out of it. So, all right. So, I'll be back in a little while. I'm going to get this cut out, make a pattern for it, and get it cut out. And then we'll go from there. All right, I'm back. And as you can see, I've got the template made. And I'm going to make a small adjustment on it. Cut a little bit off of this top to kind of line it up a little more straight. And I've got our little metal tabs cut out. And so now I'm going to take this template and put it onto the metal. And we're going to try to draw around it and then cut it out with the tin snips. So that's another process. It's going to take a few minutes. I may bring you in and show you me cutting some of it. But I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Okay, I've got the piece cut out. This is the metal piece. This is the template that we used. I'm going to trim this down a little more right here, I think. Maybe not. I might edge this up just a little bit right across here. But peak to peak, it's point to point there. It's pretty good. So I might leave it. In any case, what I need to do now is sand it down a little more. I did sand it a little bit earlier. I don't know if you can see the scratch marks on it or not. But sand it down a little more, straighten it out, and paint it blue. And then see if we can get some scribble in it to kind of match the roofing lines. And we should be done. Okay, bear with me. Be back in a minute. Okay, just finished sanding it, and reshaping it, I did go ahead and cut it down some. And you see it made a big difference. The sign is now down where it should be. I had a tab break off, so I had to make another tab. So I had to cut it back a little more in readjusting it. And so when I cut that off, it just even made it better. Gave me a little more to make a new tab with. This is my shortest tab. But it'd still be okay. All right, I'm gonna prep it and get it painted. And I'll be back in a minute. Well, actually, your time, it's going to be at least 15 minutes. But through the mystery of the camera, not very long. Okay, guys, we're back. This is actually a new day. This morning, got it painted, got it put on. And one of my tabs broke off, so I made a slip tab for it, which slipped down inside and then still bent over on the end and then flipped over on the top. Kind of like a flat paper clip. Works great. What I'm doing now is I'm taking this black ink pen and I'm coming across making the line to make it look like roofing. Now, it's not going to be exactly like the original roofing, but then it doesn't have to be. This is not a reproduction. This is a replacement. I think it looks pretty good. Especially when I consider that I did not even have what I would consider to be a correct paint this. I started out to do it in royal blue, and the royal blue didn't look quite right on it. So I had this other blue paint that I had painted an engine with, and it's still not a perfect match, but it's close enough. Like I say, we're just gonna, as if they were bricks, we're just gonna make a random stripings. And I know somebody's saying, well, it's just ink. But true, but it's ink over paint. And we let that sit for a little while. And then we come back and we'll shoot this whole roof with clear. We'll use a semi-gloss. And that will seal it in. Using semi-gloss paint will seal it in and give us a more distinctive look. You probably cannot see. See if I can get you a close up. So now you can see the lines. in the roofing. If I can get you back at the right angle. There's a better view. Scratched a little too hard right there. Again, there's the original side. There's the replacement side. So it's not perfect, but it'll do. I think I'm satisfied with it for now. And I think it's good enough that whoever will receive it again someday no matter how many years in the future, if it still stays intact and is around, I think they will appreciate the fact that somebody took the time to try to save this old building. And since you can't get parts for it, unless you can find another one that's junk, to make this section of roof, though not perfect, as I say, but it does the job. Makes the building complete. And doesn't look that bad. Now this area here, there's not a whole lot I could do with it. I did the very best I can at this time. I'd like to have put more color back in here, but every time I try to do that, then I lose the detail in the roof. And so I tried to detail some of this roof detail because this was the roughest place. And now we got it sanded out and got some paint over it, and then I daubed it in places, and that makes it look like a roof repair kind of. So I think it's going to be okay. And of course, it's faded there and faded there. And I just don't have the right tint of anything that would go on and take care of that. So we're just going to live with that like it is. Like I say, we're going to shoot the whole building clear. To help preserve this great lithograph on the rest of the building. And there I have it, my Middletown Skyline station. As I say, it's another piece that I've always wanted. When I was a kid, I wanted Skyline, and it wasn't available in my area. Couldn't get it. and we had to do it mail order. And my folks mail ordered a few things, but they wasn't about to mail order toys. So we didn't get it. Didn't know about hobby shops back then. Toys either came from Kresge, Woolworth, W.T. Grant's, Western Auto, Sears, Ben Franklin, or Montgomery Ward's, J.C. Penney's. Some of you guys might remember Pomeda stores. Years ago, I worked for Pomeda. And TG&Y, let's not leave them out, okay? Well, all right, guys. I thought just be a quick little project that I could share with you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry I didn't show you more detail of me actually doing the work, but saving time on the video because it takes me still a while to do things like cut that piece out and so forth and so on. And in the essence of saving time, I just went ahead and did those things, and then let you see basically when they were finished and prepared for adding to the building. And so we got it right here, and here it is once again. I think it looks pretty good. It's not perfect. But the building itself is not perfect anymore. It's very old. So, as always, guys, I hope you enjoy the hobby, whatever your hobby is. I hope you keep doing your hobby and working on those trains or cars, airplanes, boats, whatever your hobby is. And have fun with it and enjoy it. That's what it's about. It's not about perfection, although I like things to work out good and to look good. And that's what we try to do. For me, it's more the salvation of things. I don't know, maybe I guess that's my calling. As I'm always, ever since I was a kid, tried to save something, to salvage it, to bring it back into a useful position, and something that we can, or a person can enjoy. And I'm definitely going to enjoy this station. I don't know when it will be added to the layout. I've got so many stations. But the fun about that is that if I've got the space, I can always add and take away. So several of you guys have layouts to whereas you change your scenery. And my wife suggested that to me, and I think that's what we might do over the years. Change a few things, put a few things in different places. Use that way we can get use out of almost everything. Well, that's all again I have for you. If I don't quit this video, I'll just keep rambling. So, remember, God is love, and Jesus Christ loves you. And I bid you all a happy rails. Until next time. Bye for now. This has been a Catzilla production. Bye-bye.